The 2022 Australian federal election is being held on 21st May 2022 to elect members of the 47th Parliament of Australia. The incumbent Liberal National Coalition government, led by Prime Minister Scott Morrison, is seeking to win a fourth consecutive term in office. They are challenged by the opposition, the Labor Party, led by Anthony Albanese. The Greens, United Australia, One Nation, other minor parties, and independent politicians are also contesting the election. All 151 seats in the lower house, the House of Representatives, and 40 of the 76 seats in the upper house, the Senate, is up for election. Australians are now casting their votes to decide who will lead the nation for the next 3 years. Anthony Albanese's Labor Party has spent almost a decade in opposition, while Scott Morrison and his coalition have conceded its electoral path to fourth term in office is narrow but still possible. The Australian Electoral Commission has forecasted half of all votes will have already been cast before today, up from 40% in 2019. Early results should be known from about mid-evening. Australia is expected to get its sixth Prime Minister in 9 years, with polls pointing to a win for Anthony Albanese's Labor team when polls open on Saturday. Ballots will be cast for 1,203 candidates across the 151 seats in the House of Representatives. As well, 421 Senate candidates are vying for 40 seats across the states and territories. When 6 p.m. rolls around, the ballots of more than 17 million voters will start to be counted, including those of more than 5 million people who voted early. Scott Morrison's Liberal National Coalition government heads into the election holding 75 seats, having lost the seat of Stirling in a redistribution. Labor ALP starts with 68 seats, plus notionally the new Victorian seat of Hawke. The major parties will need 76 seats for a majority in the lower house. Opinion polls are averaging 53.5% to Labor on a two-party preferred basis, according to the Pollbudger website, which if reflected at the ballot box would result in 83 seats for the ALP. The latest news poll, published in The Australian on Friday night, shows Labor holding a 5-3-4-7 lead. That's despite a 2-point drop in the party's primary vote to 36%. Morrison, who campaigned in Perth on Friday, said the election would be close. Australians weigh up their decision very, very carefully, the Liberal leader said. What Australians will be wanting to know is what certainty and security can they have going forward for them and their families. Albanese, who campaigned in South Australia, Tasmania and Victoria on Friday, said many people who had voted Liberal all their lives were now walking away from the party. There's 3 more years of the same, or there's myself, who wants to bring the country together, who wants to be inclusive, who wants to end the division, Albanese said. The campaign has focused on the issues of cost of living, economic management, national security, a federal integrity commission, climate and equality and safety for women. Albanese stumbled on economic questions in the first week of the campaign, playing into the hands of the coalition's attack over his inexperience. Morrison's economic credentials took a hit with a rise in the cash rate and the latest wages figures coming in well below inflation, while he sought to remodel his personal bulldozer style of leadership. Closely watched will be the success of the so-called Teal Independents running a well-funded campaign on climate change, integrity and women's safety across a number of Liberal-held seats. Defeat for Labor will be the fourth successive loss and mean the ALP has won majority government only once in the past 10 elections. If Morrison wins, he will be the first incumbent Prime Minister to win 2 elections in a row since John Howard in 20.